I'm Dr. Monique Rodriguez, and today we're talking about peptides. I have supervised over 500 patients using peptides for weight loss, and I have to tell you that the way 90% of places are doing peptide therapy is just not only ineffective, but it's potentially dangerous. They're causing patients to lose muscle mass instead of fat and setting them up for weight regain the moment that they actually stop the treatment. The science shows us that peptides like Semaglutide and Tirzepatide can be incredibly safe and effective for the weight loss when they're used correctly. We've been using these medications in our practice for several years now and with remarkable success. Our patients lose anywhere between 15% to 20% of their actual body weight. Semaglutide 15% and 20% with Tirzepatide. But more importantly, they maintain that weight loss because we're addressing the root cause of the problem, not just suppressing their appetite. Here's what I see happening all the time. Patients come in to me after they're trying peptides elsewhere, frustrated because they've lost 20 or 30 pounds initially, but they gained all the weight back plus more when they actually stopped. And they're convinced the peptides will not work. And in reality, they have never been taught how to use them properly. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why peptides can be incredibly safe and effective for weight loss if used correctly. You have to know the specific questions to ask any provider before you actually start a treatment to get the results that actually last. So what are peptides exactly? First, let's understand what we're actually putting to our bodies. Peptides are short-chain amino acids that serve as building blocks for proteins. They play vital roles into our metabolism, appetite regulation, and fat storage. Think of these peptides as tiny little messengers that tell your cells exactly what they need to do. Semaglutide, for example, is a GLP-1 receptor agonist. It mimics a hormone in your body that it's naturally produced already, and it reduces your appetite, slows the gastric empty, and enhances insulin secretion. The research demonstrates that semaglutide was originally developed for type 2 diabetes, but the weight loss effects were so pronounced that it's now FDA approved specifically for weight management. The studies have consistently shown us significant weight loss when used properly. We're talking about medications with years of clinical data behind them, not an experiment compound. What this means for you is that the safety profile, it's well established when used under proper medical supervision. These aren't just some unregulated supplements that you buy online. They're FDA-approved medications with extensive research backing the effectiveness and the safety. Most places get it catastrophically wrong is that they give you the same dose and escalating schedule for everyone, and they're not individualized treatments. Let me share a real story from my practice that illustrates this perfectly. I had a patient that came to me who had been on semaglutide for 6 months at another place. She lost 35 pounds and it was happy until we did a body composition analysis, and she had lost 20 pounds of muscle and only 15 pounds of fat. Her metabolism was actually slower than when she first started. The science behind this is crucial to understand. When people stop eating because they're not feeling hungry, they're going to see a huge weight loss on the scale, but they're losing muscle mass, not fat. This is metabolically devastating, and it sets you up for rapid weight gain when you stop. Taking a holistic approach means individualized treatments. We're also teaching an anti-inflammatory eating approach, no calorie counting, no portion control, just the right foods that work synergetically with the peptides. Our patients, they'll go on the same amount every 4 weeks like other places. They might change the amounts they're getting every single week depending on the side effects that they have, what kind of weight loss they had this past week, and then we individualize the approach that makes the difference between temporary weight loss and the lasting transformation. Semaglutide or Tirzepatide, which one is right for you? We use both in our clinic, and the choice depends on your individual physiology and goals. Semaglutide has been our tried and true option for several years, and our patients lose around 15% of their body weight, and it's been incredible with excellent safety data. Tirzepatide is a newer and more sophisticated. It's a dual receptor agonist targeting the GLP-1 and GIP receptors, and many patients prefer it because they experience less nausea nausea, and we're seeing average weight loss of 20% of body weight. But here's what makes the approach different. The choice isn't just about weight loss numbers. It's about your metabolic profile, your lifestyle, and how your body responds to the treatment. We're not just handing out injections, we're actually creating a comprehensive treatment plan that integrates with your entire wellness journey. And when we combine this with the lifestyle changes, and then we're seeing results that go far beyond what you would get from just the medication only. This integrates with our philosophy that true healing requires addressing the root cause through proven natural methods. The microdosing revolution, it changes everything. And here is something exciting we've pioneered in our practice. Microdosing peptides using below therapeutic levels for maintenance and even initial treatment for some patients. What we've discovered is that remarkable. Patients not only maintaining their weight loss, but they continue losing slowly. They're helping with PCOS, improving menopausal symptoms, and there's so much immersion, new research about the peptides. Many of our patients actually prefer to start a microdosing because they get zero side effects. It's a slower process for the weight loss, but we're simultaneously teaching them a completely new way of eating. And by the way, there is no calorie counting, no portion control. We're actually teaching you the right things to eat, and then it doesn't matter how much you eat. This is where the magic happens. When you combine properly dosed peptides with lifestyle modifications, acupuncture, red light therapy, in our comprehensive approach, you're not just losing the weight, you're actually optimizing your entire metabolic system. And if you're considering peptide therapy and you've tried before without lasting results, we offer a free weight loss seminar every month where we walk you through the entire process from beginning to end. And our next seminar is August 22nd in Pembroke Pines. I will put a link in the description, and this isn't a sales pitch, it is educational about how to do it safely and effectively, covering the transformation treatments with peptides, acupuncture, red light therapy, and many other approaches that allow all our patients to not only safely lose the weight, but actually maintain it. The reason people question peptide safety is because too many places give injections without explaining how they work in the body and how they should be used properly. Here are the red flags to watch for. Same dosing schedule for everyone, no body composition, no monitoring, no nutritional guidance beyond just the eat less, no weekly check-ins or adjustments, and focus only on the scale weight without considering the muscle preservation. Those are really good red flags to watch for. What proper care looks like is completely different. Weekly supervision, dose adjustments, body composition, and if you're losing fat and not muscle, comprehensive lifestyle education, integration with other therapies, and long-term maintenance planning. From a wellness perspective, when done correctly with proper medical supervision and lifestyle integration, the peptides can be remarkable. The problem arises when they're treated like a quick fix. We are completely personalizing the way we're getting these injections, and we're supervising our patients on a week-to-week basis to really tell you how to do it appropriately and safely. This is what separates effective peptide therapy from the cookie-cutter approach that leads to disappointment. So, are peptides safe for weight loss? Absolutely, when used correctly. The key is finding a provider who understands the peptides as a tool for metabolic transformation and not a quick fix. You need individualized dosing, proper nutritional guide, muscle preservation strategies, and long-term maintenance planning. What excites me the most is that we're not just scratching the surface for what peptide therapy can actually do. Beyond the weight loss, we're seeing improvements in our PCOS patients, menopausal symptoms, overall metabolic health. And this is the future of personalized medicine. Now that you understand how peptides can actually be used safely for the weight loss, you need to know exactly what questions to ask any provider before starting a treatment. The 7 questions that separate the good peptide clinics from the dangerous ones. I will give you the specific checklist I wish every patient had before walking into any clinic before here to make sure that you're getting the care that you deserve.